Hi, I'm Carly Loudenberg. I'm a national makeup artist with Bobbi Brown, and today I'm going to show you a monochromatic rosy look. So monochromatic makeup means that all of the colors are in the same tone or color family, and it's a really fun and popular trend right now. Rosy's great for fall because it pairs really nicely with most of the fall fashion colors. Think like green and brown, orange, so it's going to be really complementary, and rosy colors are really flattering on all skin tones, so it's a perfect choice. I've already prepped my skin. I started with vitamin-enriched face base. This is really ideal for all skin types because it addresses surface dryness, but it's also oil-free, so it's really comfortable to wear and it'll give your skin a great cushioned feeling, never feeling greasy. And I also used vitamin-enriched eye base, which is perfect for the under eye because when I lay on my corrector and concealer, it'll go on so beautifully and smoothly with the vitamin-enriched eye base. The other reason this is so great to use is because it has brightening and hydrating properties and a lot of vitamins that will nourish the skin under the eye. I'll start by neutralizing my under eye darkness using a corrector. Corrector is a beautiful creamy formula that's perfectly designed to combat any under eye discoloration. We have different corrector colors that are well suited for all different shades of under eye discoloration for different skin tones. Now that I've corrected my under eye discoloration, I'll go in with Instant Full Cover Concealer. This is a perfect formula with lots of pigment and high color impact that never looks cakey. It is humidity resistant and sweat proof, so it is perfect for a full coverage long wear concealer. And I like to put this just so that it gently overlaps the corrector. So I have the corrector neutralizing all of the discoloration and the concealer gently blends it into my skin tone. Next, I'm gonna go in with my favorite foundation, Skin Longwear Weightless. This is a perfect foundation for me because not only is it long wear, but it's really comfortable. It's got a soft, natural matte finish. It has glycerin, which will help to hold moisture. It also has sea minerals, which will help to control oil anywhere. So I use a full cover foundation brush, and then I just press through the center where I need the most coverage. And by stippling and pressing like this, I get a little bit more coverage where I need it. And then I just buff into the rest of my skin. And because I have that base of the vitamin-enriched face base underneath, I know it's gonna go on really beautifully and smoothly, which means I don't use as much foundation. Next, I wanna give my skin just a little bit of extra color. So I'm gonna go in with an illuminating bronzer called Aruba. I'm gonna use a sheer powder brush and pick up just a little bit. All I wanna do is give my skin a little bit of a sun-kissed glow. So I'm just gonna sweep anywhere the sun would shine, across my forehead, a little bit across the cheeks, and then anywhere I need a little bit of extra color as well. And this just gives a little bit of lift to the skin after doing all of that evening out and correcting and concealing. I love to add a bit of highlight, and my favorite way to do that is to use the Pink Glow Illuminating Powder. This powder is such a beautiful texture. It glides onto the skin. I'm just gonna sweep it here over the high points just to give a really nice illuminated glow for a bit of dimension and texture. It's so pretty. And next I'm gonna use a little bit of my favorite Pot Rouge, Pale Pink, to give a nice lift to the cheek. So just a little bit goes a long way. I like to use a finger and just pat gently on the apples of the cheek. And then I like to pick up my full coverage face brush, the same one I used for foundation, and just gently press it in. Now you can use the highlighter over top of your Pot Rouge if you prefer a more highlighted look. In this case, if you use the Pot Rouge like I did over top of the highlighter, you get more of a lit from within glow. So let's go in and do a really nice rosy monochromatic eye look. I'm gonna start by shaping my brow, and I'm just simply gonna use my perfectly defined longwear brow pencil. So I brush my hairs down. That way I can see anywhere that's missing in shape and then lightly give a little bit more structure and definition by sweeping my color just where I'm missing the hairs. Now, because my brows are large but sparse, Slate's a good color because it's slightly lighter than my brow hairs. So I can fill in where it's missing without risking it looking too bold or too heavy. I love the way it just looks lightly groomed, but still looks really natural. And then lastly, I always brush the brow hairs straight up to give more of a lift to the features. So now that I've shaped my brows, I'm ready to start on my monochromatic eye makeup. I'm gonna start with the Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in Malted Pink. So Malted Pink is a really nice, neutral, even all over rosy color, and it's a matte color, so it works perfectly as a base. I'm gonna go across the lid and then lightly with a finger, blend it up. And I'm even gonna sweep gently underneath my lower lashes as well, because I really like when a soft medium tone color goes all the way around the eye. It really opens up the eye quite a bit. These longwear cream shadow sticks are so creamy and they blend so beautifully, and they're also incredibly long lasting. The key is to really blend them out, because that way you have a really thin veil of product that will help make sure that it lasts a really long time. And what's really fun in a monochromatic look is, if you're playing all in the same color tone, is to sort of play a little bit with texture. So while I have a matte base with the malted pink cream eyeshadow, I'm going to use something with a little bit of shimmer as a shadow over top. So I'm going to go in with a rose gold eyeshadow, and when you have a shimmer like a rose gold, using a finger can really enhance the impact. So I'm going to pick up that rose gold eyeshadow on my finger and then start in the center and lightly press it across, and then I'll pick up a little bit more with an eyeshadow brush and pack it in and blend it up. And I'm going to blend just to my crease and a little bit above, because I want that color to be visible when my eyes open past my lashes. So it just gives a nice gradient. Because I have that longwear cream shadow stick underneath, I know it's going to last really well, and that impact is going to be really beautiful. I'm going to just sweep a little bit underneath as well, just so I have that little bit of dimension and texture when I'm using that same color tone. I love that. Another fun way to add some dimension to an eye look that's all one color is to give a little bit of brightness in the inner corner. So I'll go in with a different cream shadow stick, the golden pink this time, and using golden pink right in the inner corners will just open up the eyes. Now, some people are fearful of wearing rosy tones around the eye because you don't want the eye to look irritated. So the key to that is to make sure that you anchor that rose between the eyeshadow and your eye with something that's a really good neutral base. I'm going to use the Chocolate Truffle Perfectly Defined Gel Liner, and I'm just going to go right in my lash line. And not only do I want to make sure that I get a good line over my lashes, but I also want to go in between my lashes and make sure that any visible skin tone is covered with that beautiful liner. And because I want to keep this look soft, I'm actually going to go in with a really small brush. This is our smoky liner brush. Gently diffuse that chocolate truffle. And that way, it just makes that rosy color stand out quite a bit. It also opens up the eye and creates definition. So that's a really nice tip. And I want to keep the definition in that upper lash line, but with the little bit of liner that's left on my brush, I can also just pull it in just to give depth to that lower lash line as well. It's a really small amount, but it just acts like a little bit of extra shadowing. And lastly, of course, we want to finish it off with our smoky eye mascara. So smoky eye mascara is a really beautiful, rich black mascara. To really make the most out of smoky eye mascara, I like to anchor my mascara wand all the way at the roots of the lashes and then wiggle it and twirl the wand up through the lashes. That way I get the most lift and curl for each lash. So I'll do a couple of coats, and I want to make sure that I'm pulling my lashes out like a fan. So my inner lashes are going to go towards my nose, and my outer corner lashes are going to pull out towards the ear. And then everything in between likes to fan out. And then of course finish the bottom lashes as well. So there's a really soft rosy eye, so simple. Next I want to do my lips to match. So because we're going really simple, like a nice wash of a rosy color, I'm going to follow suit with our crushed lip in the color Bear. Now this is a great rosy tone because it's got a bit of a brown base, so it's really, really flattering on all skin tones. One of the things that's great about our crushed lipstick is that it goes on feeling like a balm, but it wears like a lipstick and it has an already blotted effect, so it always goes on looking perfectly ready. I want to amp up this lip just a little bit by adding another layer of rosiness with my favorite crushed oil infused lip gloss. This is the color Love Letter, and it's so pretty. It just gives that really nice kick of kind of a corally rose. It's a really pretty pink that just adds a little bit of lift to the color. My favorite thing about this gloss is the texture. It feels like a liquid lip balm. Let's see what it looks like if I just add a little bit more color to the cheeks. I'm gonna go back in with my pale pink Hot Rouge, and we're just gonna amp it up just a little. And this is such a beautiful fall look because it's the kind of cheek you would have if you were outside in the crisp weather with the wind blowing and your cheeks just have that really nice natural flush. So that paired with that highlighting powder underneath gives such a nice sheen. The lips look really nice and moist. The eyes have a beautiful complementary shade. This is why it's such a great trend and it's such a perfect look for fall. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'd love to see if you try this out yourself.